That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Where did we leave off in the first period? Well, here is a reminder. With LeBron James on the floor, the Lakers sunk to a 10-point deficit. They took him off the floor and they dug their way out to a 3-point deficit. He comes back in and the deficit increases to 9. Is that the whole story? No, but they also didn't bother mentioning this. And if the opposite were true, I guarantee they'd be talking about it. There is another story developing, and if you're paying attention, you can already see the signs. The Lakers have shot 7 free throws to the Jazz's 2. Yeah, there's a difference there, but it doesn't add up to what the Lakers would end up with. 7 free throws per period would have equaled 28. They ended up with 40. This possibly indicates that the refs turned on the whistles as needed by the Lakers. Attempts to play defense by the Jazz were discouraged.
Play again until Sunday, so when you look at it, one game.
Here, LeBron James engages in an ongoing moving screen that turns into a wrestling match attempt to get open. None of that is called, and then that's whistled. Perhaps that seems inconsequential. After all, the Lakers don't go to the free throw line after that whistle, but the fouls start to add up. The likelihood of going into the bonus, which means you shoot a free throw on everything, starts to add up. And players on the other team being in foul trouble makes a difference also. I know you still think it's inconsequential, but imagine the shoe being on the other foot. LeBron James gets his first foul already, and the Jazz start to head toward the bonus.
Mark it and catch, shoot again off the front of the...
Ayton is new to the team. You have to forgive him. He hasn't gotten the memo that you just get out of the way and make sure LeBron gets that rebound.
Collier challenges, trying to take the charges, Reeves.
Anyone remember this play from the first period? That was called against the Jazz. These look really similar to me. That goes against the Jazz. This goes against the Jazz. You know it's bad when the local Laker announcers are even questioning it.
That is close.
I thought so too.
That was close.
Now, I'll spread the criticism around. Come on, man, do a spin move, go around the defender. But then that helped me realize he had already picked up his dribble. He had already committed to taking off and going to the rim, which means that the defender cannot step in front of the offensive player at that point. I hate analyzing charges/blocks because the refs are so inconsistent. I'm going to be discussing something different every time. But imagine, if you will, that this is 2 fouls against the Lakers, and the Jazz are approaching the bonus instead of the other way around. This is also a 4-point swing because Luka went to the free throw line, and this Jazz player would have gone to the free throw line.
5 on 4. Marking it.
I don't think 7'1" guys are supposed to be able to blow past someone who just got praised for his defense in the glazing before the game. That's an effortless blow-by. Reeves has to sacrifice his body to make up for LeBron James. He's clearly sliding in front of Markkanen, who's already making progress toward the basket. Thank God they finally called one correctly.
Wants to go baseline. That time Reeves.
If a picture paints 1,000 words.
He knows what his teammates require of him. And I think an underrated part of LeBron's game last year, Bill and Stu, he recognized that Luka and Austin do so much offensively. There are some things that they need from him defensively.
Would it kill this guy to do something graceful instead of just run over people straight down the line and then need to get bailed out by tossing the ball to a teammate who's not in a good scoring position?
If a picture paints 1,000 words.
Stare right at DeAndre Ayton, trying to go around. Ooh, down he went.
Ooh, that was an awkward fall. He does step on Ayton's foot there, which is what leads to the fall. Now, I don't think he'd call that a foul necessarily. He wanted one, but it did remind me of what JJ thought about these things.
Let's just start with Luka got tripped. I mean, that was a blatant trip. He doesn't just fall on his own.
There's a big difference between tripping and being tripped. Personally, I think when there's defense and 10 guys on the court, you have to expect this. Anyway, that turned into a 4-point swing. But LeBron's defense at the other end helps the Jazz get 2 right back. Look at his hands. He's blaming somebody. All right, watch this one. There goes Kyle Anderson slipping past LeBron. LeBron doesn't want to switch. He never wants to do anything that requires him actually having to move. So 6'2" Gabe Vincent gets stuck with 6'9" Kyle Anderson. Someone else always has to make the adjustment so LeBron can move as little as possible. But then Kyle Anderson begs the FBI to investigate this game because instead of finishing over 6'2" Gabe Vincent, a basic layup, he does this. And they end up with nothing.
23rd year? Yeah.
23rd season.
That was for anyone who missed the first 5 freaking 1,000 times it was mentioned.
Run as the Lakers only down by 2 stolen away.
I have something for you to debate because you see LeBron tries to pull that in with one hand and is mentally already heading up the court for the fast break. Problem is he mishandles the ball. He dribbled it once, but as it comes up, it goes off of his hand. Now, why isn't that a turnover? Because he never fully had possession? It's interesting because in his mind, he did have possession. He's already thinking about heading up court. Heck, 8 out of 10 guys are already gone. Everybody thought they had the ball. Anyway, the Jazz get the ball back, and he scores here. I don't know why the screen goes black, but you can see them inbound, so they did score. If someone could teach me how to dribble... My God, look at that space. Either admit that he's not a shooting threat or admit that defense is dead. LeBron himself doesn't want the shot. Hey, refs, send me to the free throw line. Ladies and gentlemen, he yells, hey.
Quarter to go. Down the middle goes LeBron with the left hand.
Amazingly, they challenge this and win. There is no contact there, and LeBron yells, hey, right here, in order to get the whistle. I have multiple points to make on this douchebaggery. Why is he bringing it back down for drama? You had the rim right in front of you. Just finish the shot. Just try scoring instead of manipulating the game. Speaking of manipulating the game, you fanboys actually idolize a guy that cheats. Screams hey to get the whistle when he didn't get touched. And it almost worked again.
The contact by the defender is not there.
That's one way to say it. This is a changing of the guard because the contact has not been there for a very, very long time unless LeBron James is causing the contact, and yet the referees have always been on his side. Take away at least 50% of this guy's points if we're playing by basketball rules. Boy, look at that right there. That sure looks like an easy opportunity to score. You gotta be tempted to think that he just adds the extra drama and yells hey because he would rather manipulate the refs than just finish the bucket. And we have something we've seen featured on my channel a lot. Help without the help. Look, he's not really guarding Kevin Love here. And if they were to kick it out to Kevin Love, LeBron would not pop back out to challenge that shot. But he's also not challenging the drive by Markkanen, which means you're stuck with him not doing anything. I don't understand the advantage of having a guy who doesn't guard the perimeter and also doesn't help guard the paint. I mean, can you lift your arms?
Doncic works on the outside, lets it fly. Going to be short right to Marcus. He's going to try the same thing and through. Always under control.
Okay, there's a foul there which stops the game, and it gives me a chance to point out that Marcus Smart's three-pointer brings the Lakers to within 7, and now LeBron James is going to go to the bench.
Lakers are closing in.
Well, LeBron may be on the bench, but Luka and the Lakers keep working those refs.
Thing they did.
Yeah, Doncic backhand.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police.
Doncic.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast.
Really very slow getting up.
It's a pretty good defensive play on defensive play.
Well, the Jazz are out of fouls. Lakers have committed just 2.
All right, everyone, I'm pausing right here to make sure you understand that LeBron is checking back in with Luka at the charity stripe. Well, I thought he was in. Oh, there he is, coming into frame. Very important, crucial piece of this offense. Let's give him credit for this three-pointer from Luka.
That's the sound of the police.
In the meantime, Luka is hobbling exaggeratedly and cussing out the refs because he wanted the refs to blame the Jazz for him not landing. Just land. God damn. People like this. You don't want your kids looking at people like this.
Complaining to the referee that he is wanting to take himself out of the game.
Again, the Lakers announcers show their ability to see that Luka had a broken leg a few seconds ago but is still in the game, yet they will never say this about LeBron James. Speaking of James, it's time for the police.
By DeAndre, here comes Brown all the way.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
No police there.
Some people believe he really sent a pick. Sure. Yeah, George took an elbow to the face.
George is going to get the foul, and he's saying, I took all the punishment.
I continue to find it intriguing that the Lakers announcers can get honest when it comes to Luka. I am not defending Luka. I just think it's pretty suspicious that these announcers have eyes when it comes to Luka, but not when it comes to LeBron. It's almost as if their script says, hey, let's slow down Luka's takeover and keep catering to LeBron as long as possible. LeBron finally sees someone that's small enough for him to feel brave enough to challenge, but it doesn't end well for LeBron.
Shot clock is 10 ahead of the game clock. Oh, they foul Reeves.
Let's be clear, this is a bad foul by the Jazz, but also look at Reeves' right arm out there to make sure that the defender going by is going to collide with that arm. Now, would you believe they looked at this for a flagrant?
Reviewed for potential flagrant foul.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
11 free throws for the Lakers in the second period, and if you paid attention to the end of that period, you noticed that the Lakers were closing that gap, closing that lead with trips to the free throw line, more so than with actual basketball. There's the second period breakdown. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you learned. Let me know what I missed.
If a